Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me, luckily. How is everybody doing? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. I'm having not a great internet day. I think because there's so many, it's like very stormy in the UK and my internet's just been absolutely terrible, to be honest. So, okay, you can. Thanks so much, Chris. And hi, Amy. How are you doing? Hi, Jay. Okay, perfect. Thanks so much, guys. I hope if I do get any technical issues, try and let me know. It's going to be hard to tell. There's usually like a bit of an annoying lag. But hello. Hi, Hannah. How is everyone? Yeah, I usually do get some kind of a lag going on. Oh, look who it is. Hello, Mies. To say hello. Come on, look at the camera. Do you want to join the book club? I'll tell you a secret, guys. She can't read. She literally never learned how to read. And as her mother, it's so embarrassing for me, honestly. 1 second. What is ringing? Can you hear that ringing? Yeah, okay. Okay. For some reason, like this little. Oh, hi, Andrea. And hi, Kat. So everyone's saying hello to you, Miso. Do you feel bad for being stroppy now? She's just saying that. She's just refusing to be on camera. Okay, roll call. We've got 18 people here. Hello, everyone. Hi. If you could give this a like as well, that would be amazing. And if there's a hype function, I don't know if that works on live videos, but I don't know if you've noticed. Or just as I said, there's 18. This went right down. But on some videos now, there's a like hype button in the comment section, which is very interesting. Is that my? Yeah, that's my thing. Let me try and move that. Which I think they're trialing for new for small channels. That is really helpful. That like it puts it on its own little algorithm type thing. So if you do ever see the hype button and you were inclined to push it, you don't have to pay anything or anything. I think you get a free couple hypes. And I haven't noticed any difference that's happened, but it is very new. It's a very new thing. So we shall see what that does. But yeah, roll call. Who here finished the book in time? Because I know some of you probably haven't. I actually read this one relatively quickly. I think because of how short a lot of the chapters are. Hi, Anna. I read it a lot quicker than I thought it was gonna. I was gonna read it because I just assumed because it's a classic, I'd read it a lot slower. And I was thinking it was going to be a lot slower than it was, but I read it really fast. Okay, well done, Chris, and well done, Amy and Hannah. And what did we rate it? Everyone who did finish it, where's your opinions? Did you rate it in the book club on Fable? I know some people don't like using the app, the Fable app. And I get it, to be honest. I get it. I don't know if I would use it other than I can't find anything better for like that many people for a book club. But it's not something I use it for like tracking my reading very much. So if you don't use Fable, don't worry. But I was on the Fable and checking a few people's ratings because I enjoy being able to see what other people rated on there. And everybody rated pretty positively. I think there was like mainly, let me have a look. We have 5 people rating, and everyone was 4 stars, almost 4 stars, 4 and a bit. That's you, Hannah. And then another 4 stars. So no one's giving it 5, but pretty positive in general. You were a solid 4 stars, Andrea. Yeah. I think I'm like a 4.25, I think. Like I enjoyed it more than I was expecting, especially for being a classic novel and especially for it being so much about religion because it's obviously, heavy religious themes in there. Sorry. Hi, Grace. If that is you, I think that's you. So yeah, because it's following obviously this Zulu pastor who's very religious, but I thought that was an interesting take. 4.5 from you, Amy. I know, yeah. My libraries have been, I honestly haven't been getting many books from my libraries lately. I think maybe because I've been focusing on the Booker Prize and all of those are brand new books. Hi, Lorraine. My library's just been really disappointing me because everything's brand new and nothing is on there. And if it is on there, it's got 12-week wait. So 3.5 for you. Well, actually, Chris, I would love your thoughts on this because obviously you are South African. You live in South Africa, right? So this is our South Africa pick. As a classic, what do you think about it? Like, I would love your views on it in general. Did you ever read it? Like, I know a lot of people did read this in school. And it's obviously very famous. I never read this one in school before. But yeah, Hannah, I'd agree. Like, it was really strong, really, really strong book. But no, I did enjoy it, but I'm not sure if I'd like run to reread it. And for me, like a 4.5 or a 5 is something I would definitely go and reread. Oh, that's good that your library had it. Sometimes classics are better in libraries, aren't they? It's a good way to get them. This is my drink of choice for today. My new obsession. They have mango flavors and blueberry flavors. I hope this doesn't have caffeine in it. Do you think it does? Sometimes things just secretly have caffeine. No, it doesn't. It's fine. Just vitamins. So that's good. I did look up some book club questions for us to discuss. But honestly, there was like a million of them and it was very overwhelming. Like I looked up, Oprah apparently had this as her book club pick in like 2003 or something. But there was like 50 questions for the book club and they were all quite intense. And I was like, I just finished this book and I don't even know if I'd remember what was going on. Like these really specific characters, really specific scenes. You're on the Coke Zero. Nice one, Grace. Are you on the train? And that actually does have caffeine though. Coke Zero. You have to get specifically Coke Zero with no caffeine in, which is what I usually buy. I buy a massive like case of them at the beginning of the week. You have to be careful with that. I have Coke Zero, no caffeine, and Sprite Zero, and they're the best ones. Yeah, so if you're wondering why you weren't sleeping, you read it in school a long time ago. Oh, nice. Oh, so you already had this copy. That's really good, Amy. I love that. I love when that happens, when you just find something in a charity bookshop and then it like works out perfectly. Yeah, it was definitely set at a really interesting time. And I'm surprised how much I enjoyed all of the different political basically like the political manifesto that was within this, because obviously this was published was it the 1940s, right? Now I've read it, I kind of want to go back and read these edition things at the front. But yeah, I've only ever read books I think set during. Am I back? It's saying I'm a bit unstable connection. So unstable. I'll just slowly talk until it says I'm back. Oh, I think I'm back. Yeah, I've only ever read things during the apartheid or after the apartheid. I've never read anything, especially from someone. Okay, I'm back. Thanks, guys. I think I can tell when I go, so I'll just stop talking when that happens. Yeah, when reading something from the actual South African perspective, like pre-apartheid, was very, very interesting. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it just felt quite like tragic. Like you just know how things are happening and how things are going to be building. And even all of like the quite like the scenes with, you know, these like, especially like they're doing these strikes about the buses. So like all of the black people are saying we're not going to get on the buses, and then the white people are helping them ferry places back and forward. So even these like happier scenes, you're just like, wow, you know, it's not going to end well. But it's like, it is still, I think, a very hopeful book. It was very, obviously it's a sad story, but it's very, I think it was very hopeful for humanity in general. I think like Alan Paton himself had a lot of hope. Um, so yeah. Oh, well done for being caffeine free, Andrea. I love that. I don't have too much caffeine. I have like one coffee in the morning. Well, sometimes I forget to even have that. But I'm very sensitive to it, and I kind of have it like after like 3 p.m. Oh, I love that you're like getting into like the depths of the archives, Hannah, for the book club picks. It's good that they have them, I guess, definitely. But that is very fun, getting them up from the archives. Mine's got all these stickers on them, so I'm just like sitting here trying to peel them off. They try and cover up the original price with World of Book stickers so that you don't realize that you're getting a bad deal. Honestly, not good. But just talking about finding books, has anyone managed to find the book club book for this month yet? Which is Three Summers by Maria something. I haven't yet found it. I think I'm just going to have to buy it because my libraries are just terrible, to be honest. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the plot. Were we surprised with the way that the plot went? Obviously, you're following this character, Kamalo, Stephen Kamalo, as he journeys into Johannesburg. And I thought that kind of culture clash that he comes up to was done really well. Like you could feel the energy when he moves from this like very slow paced, you know, impoverished, but like, you know, quite happy community in rural, you know, around Johannesburg, and then even just his long journey to get all the way into Johannesburg, and then immediately he's like utterly overwhelmed. I thought that was done all really well, and I just really felt for him, especially in the beginning of this book. He was just such like a sweet character. But also this guy that was helping him, I was like convinced. What was his name? The other, not a pastor, but what was his name? The really, really nice guy, Miss Amangu, um, who was basically helping him and like paying for him to go around. I was like, this guy has to be evil. Like, no one is that good and that helpful. But he was. He actually was that good and that helpful, which is very sweet. Um, and then, yeah, Hannah, I agree. I was also really surprised by the sudden POV change because there's three books within this, aren't there? Like you have book one, book two, and book three. So I thought that was really, I enjoyed that a lot, because you're having this quite like very tense first book of him like literally going around trying to find his son, trying to find his sister. He gets the early success of finding his sister. That's really like, you know, you feel so happy for him then. And then he's going and finding his son, and you're like, you know, it's not going to be as easy as that. You're like, oh, you're trying to like make sure he's okay. And then you kind of know that it's just not going to work out. And then, you know, he's like that close and it's days away from basically disaster. I did think it was interesting how little we got about his son when they finally meet. I thought, you know, and you can feel the frustration from like Kamalo, like our main character, because he's just saying like, I don't know why I did it. Like, I don't know. And I think that was obviously done on purpose. You know, he's trying to find a reason, like, I raised you well, like why have you just, you know, fallen in with this bad crowd? And you don't get any good reason of why, or what happened. And he's just like becomes a very passive character, um which I do think worked really well at the end, just to jump right to the end when he suddenly has this big like the son suddenly has this big like fear response and like realization, you know, when he's in the prison and he realizes what's going to happen and he finally shows like this really strong emotion, like that actually really, that one hit me. I was like, oh, and when his dad had to leave him there, I was like, oh my God. But it was really, really late, and you never really get a good explanation of what happens with the son. Um, so yeah, but I really did enjoy when it changed to book two and we'd gone from this really fast pace, like he's trying to find him, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then you get introduced to a whole second character and it's just the other side of the coin. So yeah, I really did enjoy that. Yes, exactly. It felt like a quest. It felt like that's what I was talking about, Andrea. Like it feels like he's just one step behind every time. You're just like, oh, you're almost close. You're almost there. And you're really like following him through. And I read that bit really, really fast for that reason. And did really enjoy it. I Yeah, and I was just like really happy in the end that this guy was actually just helping him. Like I just think I was, you know, thinking just the worst of people, but no one was actually really bad in this book. Well, that's a good question. Do you think anyone was like an evil character or a bad character? Because I think there's lots of different ways you could take that. So I'd be really interested. Who do you think was the worst in terms of like they were acting in ways of causing harm? Obviously, this is like a book about a crime and punishment happening, and there's many different players within that. But if you had to pick one character that you think you'd say they're like the most evil, or like they're the, if you had to pick a villain, who would you say? Because I have one kind of option. Yeah. So the brother definitely is an option. I thought, and I thought he'd actually be worse than he was when he was first introduced as this big talking man. You know, this very political man, and he's like very good at talking, and he can say all these different things, and he can twist things. And then obviously he does whatever he can. Yeah, you're agreeing, Amy, with it being the brother. The way he was, yeah, a big talking man. um, the way that he used his, you know, he like immediately saw a way out for his son by throwing his nephew, you know, under the thing. But you know, there is an explanation for that. Like, if one of them has to go down for it and you could save your own son, then wouldn't you do that too? Like, if you can, if you knew your son actually wasn't the one who held the gun and, you know, did that final shot, would you then argue as well? Like, I do agree, definitely the friend is definitely more at blame and seemed like much more of an, you know, troubled character and was kind of maybe the one that was stirring them up into this. Um, but yeah. And then also obviously there's this whole thing around the trial and everything, but also the end of the book where we go back to this village. And you know, there's this you know, this very like powerful white family, this like, you know, very rich family. And also the chief in the town, and all of these interesting different things that were happening. I think there was a lot in the final part of the book. This is the thing that I think wasn't like perfect for me in terms of like how it wrapped up, is that I feel like obviously we have this like very humble Kamalo, the original like main character, you know, he's like very humble and obviously devastated in what his son has done. And so his interactions with this white man, this powerful white man, are like he's coming from this very humble place. But then some of it, how it was ending with basically this guy fixing everything that was happening in the village. I don't know. Yeah, Chris, like you didn't like the ending bit, found it a bit unnecessary. I think it kind of went a little bit too far in terms of like this white savior. Like this guy just coming in and being like, "Yeah, I'll just fix your entire village. I'll build you a new church." Like my son's son, you know, the little boy. He's literally like supposed to be this angel on earth who's just kind of like this very privileged young boy, who is treated like an actual angel. And obviously it does loads of good and it makes the village so much better, but it's like it's still this very paternal view, and it's like the person who's actually there and trying to help the most is our main guy, like Kamalo. Like he is there every day trying to help people. He is like taking in people, you know, his like son's wife, and taking people under his roof and trying his best. But then in the end of the book, all of the credit kind of goes to this very powerful white man. I don't know. There was just something there that I wanted another layer to it. Like it was like very convenient by the ending. And I was like, okay, so is this guy just like the best then? Like, is he just, you know, I don't know. Because he, like, when you're in his mind as well, it's not like he starts off thinking all of these things about the politics and about all of the different he's learning a lot. I'm talking about the victim's dad now. He's learning through his son's own writings, and he's surprised by a lot of it. He's like very, oh well, you know, I'm like learning about what he was striving towards, like all of these political teachings about, you know, equality and labor rights and all of these different things. He didn't start off as this good guy, and it's like nice then that he just does have this kind of like, I guess, redemption, but it wasn't even really done as a redemption. It wasn't like, oh, now I know and I'm going to do all these good things. It was just like, oh, he's just like the best man ever. I don't know. Anyway, that's just like my like one thing about why it would be a 4 and not a 5. I feel like for it to be a 5, like I wanted another layer of complexity there with especially that character who I've completely forgotten his name. Jarvis, was it? What was his name? Why have I completely forgotten? Let me just have a quick scan through. What's his name? Does anyone remember? Oh, hi, Alice. How you doing? Did you read it this month? Did you join in the book club? Oh yeah, Hitting the Service Guy. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely the most evil, I feel. He was definitely a troubled character. But we didn't get much from him. There's definitely not a one evil person. And the lack of remorse, yeah. There was definitely a massive lack of remorse. I'm glad you agree, Hannah. I think you said that when I was talking about this. Is it Jarvis? What the hell's his name? I just literally can't remember at all. Yeah, Jarvis. Yeah. Yeah, the story felt a bit done. I agree. I did like the father-son. Like I did like the journey that Kamalo had gone on, and him realizing like he can't just stay in his village and like force everybody to be safe in his village. He has to start changing things. And you know, making it a productive place to live, making it like so other people want to actually stay there and live there. I did like that as his journey. Also, he was not like, especially near the end, Kamalo, like his character definitely did some shady things. He said some really horrible things to his son's wife, if we remember, and he also did lie to his brother. And I don't think he ever apologized to that either. And I'm like, my guy, aren't you like a pastor? Like, aren't you supposed to not lie? But I did like that because he was definitely the most fleshed out character, and he was our main character. He had the whole journey, and I was grateful for that because I did like being in his mind. You know, I appreciated like following his story. Yeah, he did some not good things. Like it made me really uncomfortable when he was saying to his son's wife, who was like how old, like 16 or something. She was super young, really obviously, you know, quite like stunted. And he knew that as well. He was like, oh, like she's not been taught how to be an adult and she's just trying to survive. And then he got enough rage in him to kind of make these like very provocative comments to her. And I was like, my guy, you're a man of the cloth. You're a man of religion. You should not be saying that. And then being like a father to her. You know what I mean? I know he said it from a place of rage. Does make him a more interesting character, I guess. But yeah, that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. Yeah, I would recommend this one, Alice, especially if you are looking for a South African book. it was definitely a good pick for the book club. Didn't take too long to read as well, which is always good. I'm going to try and be better this month with the book club book and actually read it from the beginning of the month. Also, because the end of this month is going to be pretty busy for me. So I'm going to try and get ahead on stuff. And I also need to start pre-filming things as well. So if you have video ideas for me, please tell me. I need quick, easy video ideas. Because I need to like do some pre-filming. I'm really bad at pre-filming. I never do it. I just always film basically on the day and then upload it, or sometimes just a couple of days later. Mainly because I'm really bad at being organized. But I'm going to try and pre-film stuff. Because I'm going to Tokyo at the end of this month. So excited. I'm absolutely buzzing. Oh, 4 recommendations. That's such a good idea. Thank you. I should definitely do that. Because I have not yet even like, I just filmed my TBR today actually. And I decided not to do any like cozy, scary ones yet. So maybe I should just do a straight up recommendation video. It's been a while since I've done that. And also, I'm going to do an Ursula K. Le Guin whole video all about Ursula K. Le Guin, how to read her, where to start, why she's the best ever, and my favorite author in the world. Because I've read one book from her this month and one book from her last month, and I'm going to read another book from her. Well, last month, the month before, and I'm going to read another one from her this month too. So I've been absolutely loving Ursula K. Le Guin, as I always do. Yeah, the word for, I cannot say this title. The word for world is forest. Did you read it all in one go, Alice? It's just so good. We were literally talking about it last month on this live stream because you've read it as well, haven't you? I think Andrea, you've read it. And Hannah, I think you've read it as well, maybe. I can't remember. Oh, yes. Okay, I will definitely do the Ursula K. Le Guin video. Because I think there's so many different places to start, you know? And I do think it'll be fun. Yes, I need to do my book vlog. Yeah, and my shortlist reaction. This is the thing, Amy. You're exactly right. Because I think it's announced on the day I fly out. So, but I love doing those live reactions. But I think they're doing it live at an event, maybe somewhere. I think they're actually doing it quite near me in London, and I think you can go. I don't know if that's true. I might just be lying. But I feel like they're doing a live announcement of the shortlist for the first time, and I think it's on the 23rd. But I'm pretty sure my flight's on the 23rd. And you can't really like pre-film a live reaction. Do you know what I mean? So, not sure. Oh, thank you, Mia. Did you like this one? Have you read this one? What else have I read from South Africa? To be honest, I'm not sure I've read much else from South Africa. Because I always get recommended to read, is it Damon Galgut? Is that his name? Who's got that really famous, sad-looking book? Yes, and I didn't really want to read a South African book from a white novelist. I know we have actually done this, but this is a classic. But I didn't want to do oh no, am I back? Okay. I did want to focus either on a classic. Okay, am I back? I might be back. Okay, I think I'm back. Yeah, The Promise. Yeah, so basically I'm always recommended that, but then I kind of don't want to read it. And because I've been like de-influenced from reading it as well. So maybe by you, Chris, as well. I think you told me not to read that one. But I have definitely read, I think I've read a book from J.M. Coetzee. How do you say that? What did they write? It's another white South African though. I would love some Black South African recommendations. No, I haven't read that from that author. I told a lie. Sorry about that. Okay, I need to actually write your guys' recommendations for videos down. Yeah, the A to Z is coming. I finally actually organized. If you're on the story graph for the Reading Around the World challenge, and if you've messaged me in the past saying, please, please, please make it A to Z, make it alphabeticalized, I have finally done it. Basically, it's just the most annoying thing to alphabetize it because you have to literally individually go by and like push them up and down. And it's so annoying. But I think finally it is alphabetized. So now I can do the second part of that video, which will be very fun. Oh my God, you're reading Endling. How far through Endling are you, Alice? I just am obsessed. I love that book. Oh yeah, I'll definitely do a hyped and underhyped one because I feel like I have read a few hyped ones lately and just hated them. And also I do think like a fun negative video is always kind of fun. People sometimes comment and say I'm very positive, which I really like. But like I'm like, sometimes I'm negative. Sometimes I can like bitch about a book. So maybe I will do a hyped and underhyped one. I think it's been a while since I've done that, so I could definitely update that. Yes, Spawn of Crime. I've definitely been recommended that, but for the book club, we do try and obviously do fiction because I like to do ranking videos, and I feel like I can't rank a non-fiction book against a fiction book because like that's like ranking someone's life against someone's art. Do you know what I mean? So I do just try and stick to non-fiction. Not that I don't like recommendations for non-fiction. I really do enjoy non-fiction recommendations. I need to read more non-fiction, to be honest. I'm just such a fiction girl. Oh, hi, Miss Honey. Thank you so much for joining. So the book club, we have chosen our book for September. We are doing The Country of Greece, and we are going to be reading 3 Summers, which is by an author that I can't pronounce. 3 Summers. Margarita Liberacki. That's who we're doing for September. So we'll read that throughout September, and then at the beginning of October, or actually it might be the late October, so you'll have more time actually for this one, because I'll be away. So late October we will do another live, and I'm excited for that one. That'll be fun, I think. You're 50 pages in. Nice. Just getting started. I love it. I am open to poetry. I do like poetry, and actually it's been a while since I've read any poetry. So I would love that as a recommendation. Thank you, Hannah. Yes, it's on the app Fable, which I don't think I've put in the description here. But if you do have Fable, it's easy to find. We're 1,000 strong now in there. Makes me so happy. I was watching that for so long, and now we are 1,000 strong, although definitely not 1,000 people are actively participating, but we've got a very good active core group who read every single book for every month. I'm so grateful to you guys because it's just lovely seeing all your thoughts on it as well. But yeah, Amy, like I said, we'll do that discussion at the end of October for 3 Summers, and we'll do another live show because it's nice to chat. So yeah. Oh, it's an Audible exclusive. Did you guys hear about this? Sorry, we're not really talking much about the book now. We definitely should. And if you have things to say about the book, please put them in the comments because I'd love to interact and chat through them. But did you hear about this thing about the Audible are doing that's really bad? That they're doing like Audible and then they're doing Audible Premium. I don't know if this information is correct, by the way, and if it's wrong, then just tell me, shoot me in the head. But if I'm right, then they're doing like a premium version where basically it's like, oh, you can read any of these books that in the premium section at any time. So you don't have to do like a credit a month type thing for the normal Audible. But then you have to be, as the author, you have to like basically say that you are going to only be doing your audiobook within Audible Premium. And then people have worked out the amount that the authors are getting, and it's like way less even than the normal Audible. So it's like it's just this massively awful like situation, both for the consumer because you know, it's like this illusion of like getting more choice, but you're also paying a lot more. And then also for the authors being in this Audible thing. To be honest, I have not used Audible in a really long time. I use my library apps. I have 2 different library apps, and on one of the libraries, I'm part of 2 different libraries. One of them is Alice's library. Thank you, shout out Alice. Thank you for letting me use your library because you get a much better selection than I do. And then I also do use BookBeat, which is really good. They have a lot on there, but they have like locked me out of my account for some reason, which is really annoying. So I need to figure that out. And then once I'm back into my account, I should be able to give you guys some access to that. Like you can get like 30 days or 60 days or 90 days free for BookBeat. But I keep talking to the admin people and they're not being very helpful. So once I've got that back into that account, I should be able to give you like a 90-day free discount code, which will be good because BookBeat is pretty good. And then I also have Libro FM, but to be honest, I'm not sure if that's actually good because I have like a influencery account. Sorry about it. So I get some free books on there. To be honest, I don't use it that often. It's very like romance heavy in there. But yeah, that's the way I do my audiobooks. I haven't used Audible in ages. So yeah. Oh yeah, and Spotify, of course. Yeah, Alice, you're right. Spotify is great. But you get so limited, isn't it? Like 10 hours or 15 hours or something. But you do get some really random books on there. Also, by the way, if you haven't yet read this book, there is a lady on there. I don't know if this is legal, but this is a classic, so maybe it is if it's like free and open in the whatever it's called. But there's a lady on there. She's not, I don't think, a professional narrator, but I was just looking if it was on Spotify, and it's not on Spotify. But there is a lady who has uploaded her reading it aloud. So if you're looking for this one specifically and you've run out of hours on Spotify, it is just like a random lady saying, like, reading it out, and she is like interrupting herself as she's reading it and like trying to do accents, and it's actually very sweet. I listened to it like for the last couple of chapters while I was doing something else. So yeah, if you're looking for that. Is BookBeat available worldwide? That's a really good question. Shall I have a look? Let's see if it is. Oh, it's only available in 25 countries. So no, it's not available worldwide. And it looks like it's mostly European countries. So that might not work for you, Chris. I'm sorry about that. Oh, you use Storytel. Oh, fun. I've never heard of that one. Now you use Libby. Yeah. That's the account that I have the most on. I do love Libby. But I need to like join even more libraries on there because it's not super, the London libraries I'm part of are not super reliable for on there. But guys, I said I was just doing a 45-minute live show today. So we are going to wrap it up in 5 minutes. So I would love for you to say your last thoughts. Last time we tried to do some scratching off of the scratch off map, and that did not work very well because I was having to like prop you up and then scratch off, and it was like it just kind of didn't work very well. So we can't do that. I need to figure it out. Maybe I'll like pin it up here and then I could like scratch off. Or maybe I'm gonna start doing shorts videos. Well, I'm gonna upload all of the TikToks that my old TikToks, put them onto shorts, and then I'm gonna maybe start doing new shorts, which will be exciting. Because I think it's fun just to do a little short video and just be like, yappa yappa yappa, this is what I think about this book. So that could be a fun way to do the scratch off map, because I don't want it to go to waste. It's a very fun like gimmick, and also it's so behind. Like I have to do so much scratching on that thing. So my voice is going. I feel like I've been chatting away for ages. Is there anything else I really wanted to say about this book? Let's think. Yeah, uploading my old shorts. Oh, thanks, Alice. Honestly, it's like such a jump scare though when I upload them. I'm like, whoa, that's me. That's crazy. it's very sweet. Like, it's obviously how I started making book videos in the first place. And so I do feel very like they're very sweet, but also some of them really don't make sense because I'm like talking about stuff that happened on TikTok in the short. I'm going, oh, so thanks guys for saying this, or thanks for doing this. And like, obviously, if you've been watching the previous shorts, no one's said that or done that. It's because I'm referring to old TikTok comments that I would be getting. So it might not, make a lot of sense. I might be referring to old live shows in them, but I think that's fine. No, I think that is legal, Andrea, because I think with classics, it's like a free for all. They're out of the copyright, whatever. So I think you can just listen to them however you want to, like on YouTube or whatever. You love the oh, thanks, Amy. Love the scratch off map. Yeah, I do actually love the scratch off map. It's such a walk down memory lane. It's like a terrifying walk down memory lane. Shocks me every time. And also my hair was so short and it was so blonde right at the beginning. It's crazy. Now it's so long, but it all fell out. It used to be so much thicker, and now there's not much left. It's very sad. It is growing back. I have like loads of short little new hairs that are growing in, because I'm desperately trying to grow it back, but it's a lot thinner than it used to be. I think because I dyed it, I bleached the underside so much, and like underneath now there's just like a really short, like these short chunks that just won't grow. So I just bleached them off like crazy. But it was fun. It's fun to do crazy things with your hair sometimes. Okay, we haven't had too many technical issues as well. This is pretty good. I need to drink this water. I've been talking too much. Tasty. Yeah, you can't stress out your FBI agent. You have to just behave well. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Chris, about the sister. Yeah, and also what happened to her at the end? I think because it's kind of left ambiguous. Obviously, it's kind of thought as she runs away basically again, and like leaves her son because she thinks that she's like a bad person and maybe she can't be redeemed, and that's quite sad. But yeah, I did think that was she was a very interesting character. I did enjoy because like sometimes in these old oh my god, people are screaming. Sometimes in these old books, like you don't get that many female characters. And once again, we didn't have that many super interesting female characters, but we had a few. I mean, they're all kind of a variation on the quite on the theme. You have like the mother, his wife, the very motherly, matronly one, the carer, and then you have like the young virgin slash Jezebel with the sister and the bride. What are the other like female tropes? You know what I mean? And the old lady. We didn't really get an old lady. We did get an old lady. What's her name? Gertrude. Yeah, they just have one of each of the like female archetypes, which I didn't realize until just now. So, well, realize I think that's just an opinion, but yeah. So thanks, Chris, for pointing that out. Very interesting how the women can be split up on those like classical connection unstable on my back. Looks like I'm back. Anyway, what was I saying? Mother, or matron, crone, virgin, whore, witch? Question mark? I don't know. That's fun. Okay, so we're at time. Thank you so much for sitting here and chatting with me and for reading this with me this month. And I really hope we get another good book next month because we've had a couple of good ones. And I had like a bad running for a while with the book club. Like I felt really bad. I was like feeling like I was picking really bad books or something. Even though we kind of all choose together, but like I like have the last like say usually. But what country do we want to do next month? I'm obviously going to still have it randomized, but if we do have a strong vote of a country we want to do, obviously we did South Africa with Chris, and Romania with Andrea as well. So if we have a strong vote for a country for next month, then let me know now. If there's something we've not done yet, I will. I'll definitely, yeah. We'll all vote on it obviously at the end. But tell me what country you want to be doing. Oh, thanks, Kat. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Hannah. Oh my God, yeah, your baby. That's so exciting. Past due date. Oh my God, congrats. That is so exciting. Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl, or are you going to keep it a surprise? That is so exciting. And I hope you're not too uncomfortable. Can just be like agonizing waiting, but very, very exciting. Oh, and you have to get your new baby to join the book club, of course. They can be the youngest member of the book club. Oh, it's a surprise. That's so fun. I think why not have it as a surprise? Like there's so few things in life that you can have as like a true surprise now. And why not have it as just like such a fun and exciting, because it doesn't matter, does it? You know, what gender it's going to be or like what sex it's going to be. So why not? That's so exciting. And really, really like tell us how it goes. And I would love you to just message me. I would just love to know when the little one is here. That's amazing. Yeah, we're due to do a another oceanic country, actually. I've definitely read from New Zealand and Australia before, but I'm very happy to do that again with the book club. Or we could do a small country from Oceania. So I'll keep that in mind for the voting next time. Thanks so much, Andrea. You guys are the best. Okay, I might call it here then. But thank you so much for chatting with me, spending time with me. It's been an absolute delight. And congrats again, Hannah. Such exciting news. Okay, so I'll sign off here. Thank you so much for spending time with me. It's been so lovely. And thank you for reading this one with me. And if you haven't joined the book club, make sure to join the book club. And if you don't usually like write little notes as you read, sometimes it's very fun. And also it does it really helps me with remembering stuff when we get to the discussion as well. So if you want to like write those notes on Fable chapter by chapter, it's very fun. So yeah. Okay, so I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much for joining, and I will talk to you again really soon. Bye bye. Oh, and thank you, Hannah. Bye bye. Bye, guys. Bye.